What's up, RBY Pokemon Challenges fam? This is Teo coming at you with yet another run. That's right, we're kind of busting a bunch out right now so that I can actually get to editing these things down, because we got to do some optimizations before we can edit together live streams and previous videos and get them released out to the public. And yeah, we have already done the run with a Gastly. It beat the entire game on 0 DVs, minimum battles, no TMs, but it had 92 resets. That put it at the very bottom of the S tier. Now, we just tried the optimizing run with a Haunter, but I'm gonna try a little bit more here to optimize this one because of the fact that we're much lower down. Well, not actually much lower down. We were only like 5, 6, 7 resets more than Haunter. But I'm going to try a couple things that I didn't try in the Haunter optimization just to see if they'll work. For example, we can fight one optional trainer on the SSN in order to get access to another rare candy. We can go ahead and try to use some Mega Drain strats. We can go ahead and, of course, repeat getting Psychic and Thunderbolt, because those worked actually pretty well. But we also might add some optional battles here to see if we can reach a level where we outspeed the Doug Trio and on Giovanni's team, and we're able to make that more consistent, for example. Let's just see how this goes. So I'm going to start by loading up a new game. And my name shall be I. And we're up against our rival. He is just gassy. It's so stupid. God. So I'm going to name mine Aghast. Because I think that's funny. But gassy boy. Aghast. I am aghast. But homeboy over here, he's doing his thing, you know. Okay, we got our 0 DVs in, we got our no encounters. We're good to go, guys. Now, this is another one where Gastly up to Misty, at least, is going to be completely identical to Gengar and Haunter. And there's nothing that will ever make a difference here, because we're fighting the same opponents who can't do damage to a poison or poison ghost Pokemon. It should be a flying Pokemon. There is no levitate yet. But, you know, a poison ghost is not going to take a whole lot of damage from basically anything going through Mount Moon. And that means that, you know, everything up to that point is just free. So we don't even need to worry too much about that. But I'm just going to try to bust these out as quick as possible and make them as good as possible. So that, yeah, we can hopefully put Gastly up there on the tier list, and maybe we find a better strategy here. And then we say, oh, well, this is clearly the strat, so we should have done that with Haunter as well. As I mentioned before, Gengar finishing with only 29 resets, there's not really anything to optimize there. You know, is adding Psychic or adding Thunderbolt going to save 10 resets? I kind of doubt it. But here, when we have, you know, 90 plus resets to work with, then I think we can kind of look at some stuff. Sorry, I don't want to listen to Christmas music. Okay, that seems a little bit better. A little bit better, music-wise. Not perfect, but we'll get through. Okay. So we're just going to move on now to Computer City, where we can take on Brocky Boy. Here we go. Excuse me. So Brocky Boy should be an absolute cakewalk here, because, yeah, he's Brocky Boy. So just Nightshade, here against the Geodude. In fact, I can lick the Geodude. Lick some rocks, guys. Lick some rocks. Okay, I'm gonna confuse you. Yeah, be confused. Okay, we get through. No problem. No problem at all. And, yeah. Yeah, that song also kind of sucked, which is why I changed. Some of these songs are good, and some of these songs drive me nuts, now that I've been listening to these while live streaming and live playing for a while. Might need to look for some new copyright-free music at some point. But here, this Weedle is the first opponent that can actually damage us, and yet it does nothing, so we just wreck. Now, I mentioned before that we have to be careful about our PP because these Rattatas can only be affected by Nightshade. Okay, we're just gonna lick this snake here. Okay. I think we still have enough Nightshades for this Rattata here. There it goes, it hits itself in confusion, good boy. And now we can just lick. Okay, and let's take on Buggy Boy. Excuse me. Okay. So we are on to the Pokemon Center. Nice. And there's not really anything in here to pick up other than the rare candy for us in this run. We don't use vitamins, as usual. The only time I'll use vitamins is if I'm doing a possibility-based challenge, like is it possible to beat the game with this Pokemon? Then I might use vitamins, because vitamins would allow us to get all the stat experience we need to maybe make an otherwise impossible run possible. But in general, I'm just gonna say, nope, don't need it. Here, I'm just gonna lick Voltorb. I'm going to confuse coughing. And now just lick it down. There we go. So we're going Dome Fossil because I don't know what a helix is. I mean, a double helix would be DNA, but a single helix? What is a single helix? Somebody teach me. Jesse and James time. We are going to start by confusing Ekans and licking the snake, guys. We can probably go Nightshade now. And now it's just about Nightshading down Meowth, because it's easy. And Nightshading down that big ball of gas there. He's our counterpart, actually, coughing. We are Gastly, and he is coughing. So we're both kind of balls of smog. Balls of poison floating in the air. Here. Junior Trainer Girl, Confuser, Nightshader, Nightshader again, and she goes down. Nice. In just a second, I'm gonna grab my glass of water, guys. Alright, just a little bit better there. Okay, it's time for Rival 2. But yeah, here I'm gonna try a few optional battles later in the game in an attempt to outspeed certain opponents. Excuse me. Oh man, I didn't even heal. But nothing can hit me from this point, so it's a guaranteed win as long as I don't run out of PP. Nice. Nice. Here, we'll just heal up real quick. Go take on this boyo. Oh, here, we can just lick Caterpie because it can't do anything. What the heck? Let's just confuse Weedle and lick it down. Now, Pidgey can use Sand Attack, but that's it. And Nidoran female, once again, can do literally nothing against us, so we just lick it down. Okay, we have to Nightshade down the Rattata. Here, I prefer to just lick here on the Ekans. I think it's perfectly fine. And, yeah, let's Nightshade on the Zubat since it can actually deal damage to us. Confuse us and all that stuff that might result in a lucky win. Yeah, we take that one down. Here, once again, we can lick the monkey because he can't do anything to us. Oh, Mankey, you get wrecked, bro. Hard wall, hard counter to Mankey is sitting right here. So once again, we're just going to lick Ekans too, because we can. I'm just going Nightshade on Zubat because of Leech Life, basically, and Confusion from Supersonic. Okay, so we've picked up Charmander. I'm gonna heal up real quick. Or wait, I don't need to heal. What am I doing? No, 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 no. Just go take on this Onix here. Okay, and I'm just gonna sit here and lick Onix and just let it get wrecked by being licked over and over again. Okay. So that one goes down nicely. I like this music. This music is perfect for what we're doing right now with a Gastly. See if we have enough PP to get through here. Oh, look at this. We're going to struggle down. Will you struggle? Rip. That just cracks me up so much. So let's go ahead and recover some PP here and make our way over to the innocent bystander here. Here we can just lick Machop since it can't damage us anyway, so we don't need a strong move there. Here, we absolutely want to Nightshade this one down. Perfect, we got it. And I do want to recover PP here before I go down to Vermilion. Pidgeygirl can't do anything to us other than Sand Attack, but we could run out of PP, and that would be bad. Okay. Each Pidgey is like a 2-hitter here. Yeah. Sorry, let's make sure that we get this set to set battle mode. And make our way to this boyo here, where Spearow can hit us. Which is what makes it kind of scary. Okay, now onward to the SSN, where we're not going to take a ton of optional battles here, but there is one battle we're going to take. Basically, this is the single most experience-efficient battle in the entire game, when you're talking optional battles, is this old man right here. Because he blocks a rare candy. You have to beat him in order to get the rare candy. And a rare candy is the most, XP efficient way to progress in the game by far. So here we're going to get that rare candy, and that's the only optional battle we're taking here. Keep in mind, this is an optimizing run. As I mentioned, I'm sure I mentioned it before, but just in case anybody's like, wait, what? Wait, what about, minimum battles? We've already done minimum battles. It was posted for the channel members. And we've leveled up enough now that we could evolve into a Haunter. We're not going to, but we could have. But yeah, that's always the single most XP efficient battle in the entire game, because by taking one battle, you guarantee that even just before the champion, you could gain one more level. And so that one battle is actually worth thousands of XP in reality. Even though it on the surface would seem like just a few hundred XP from 2 Pokemon. And it's the only optional battle that blocks a rare candy in the game, so it's actually yeah, in that sense kind of interesting, I guess. But here we are, Misty girl, you going down. If I'm going down, you're going down. If I'm going down, Cass going down. Okay, so here we do want to avoid Bubble Beam if at all possible, so that's why confusing Starmie is important. We do need to make sure that it's not just in a position where it can completely wreck us easily. So now we have to make some decisions though. And we found last time that getting access to Thunderbolt does help against the Slowpokes going through this next section, and it does give us a lot more damage output. So let's go ahead and teach appropriate moves to our Charmander. And let's get in here to Lieutenant Surge's gym, where we know that he's just going to be completely luck-based. If he goes for Mega Kick and Growl and what have you, he's obviously not going to be able to do anything to our little Gastly here. So let's just see if we can get the luck to get through this with no resets. That would be super cool. No. He gives us a reset immediately with Thunderbolt. You jerk. He keeps doing that to me, too. Oh, I didn't die. No. No, it wasn't a critical hit. No, rip. Okay. So we can survive with like 19 HP. Okay. So I may not have needed that second reset. We don't know. I jumped the gun on resetting, but that's okay because we're trying to eliminate like 92 resets here. It's okay. It's not the end of the world, guys. Okay, but we are going to learn Thunderbolts immediately on Gastly. It would have been nice on Misty, but that's not really the point. It's more about these upcoming Slowpokes that are going to wreck. So here, let's just see. If I recall correctly, Nightshade's like a 2-hitter here. And these Bellsprouts can't damage us because their only attacking move is Wrap. So we're gonna learn Hypnosis over Lick. Okay, so we just need to hit here. Come on, come on. Wrap can't hurt me, but it just locks me in forever. Oh god. What a troll. The wrapping lass. She's so good at rapping that she even raps ethereal beings. Even if ethereal beings cannot escape her incredible rap skills. Nothing lands, you know, but she's gonna keep rapping one way or the other, man. It's Thunderbolt here on these buggy boys. They become easy one-shots. And this is one piece of the whole challenge of like doing 151 Pokemon, is that you're gonna get some that are from the same evolutionary line that will necessarily be the same. Now Cubone just wrecked us here. We have to put it to sleep and then Nightshade it down. And now Slowpoke is where we go for the Thunderbolt and we one-shot. But that Cubone is still a problem. And I don't think we would reach a level where it would cease to be a problem on any reasonable number of battles. So here we're just gonna Nightshade down this lassie here. Okay. So let's get to the Rock Tunnel Hiker. Self-destructy boy. Do your thing. Haha. Yes. Do your thing. And Nightshade's gonna just wreck there. Now you're confused. Take a Nightshade. And self-destruct. Nice. See, if he doesn't just go Rock Throw like he did in the live stream of Haunter, we're just fine there. He's just such a troll. Okay, so Thunderbolt on Meowth. Here, Nightshade on Oddish. And, I mean, Sleep sucks, kinda, but it's fine. And then Thunderbolt. Boom. So, here's where we're gonna kinda stay on the same route as before. In that we have Hypnosis, so there's not really that much value in having, Confuse Ray anymore. Now I'm just gonna Thunderbolt on these little Clefairies. They can't damage me. They can put me to sleep, but, you know. Oh, Growl. Haha. We get through, and we're already at level 30. But we are going to definitely pick up Psychic for the sake of doing so. Now you might say, why not pick up Mimic? Why not pick up Toxic? Why not pick up Double Team? Why not pick up any other broken TM that would clearly make this run better? I mean, not arguing with that point. They would absolutely make the run better, but they're broken TMs. And I mean, if we need those to make the run better, I mean, let me put it this way. We're already under 100 resets, so like any improvement from those in my mind is really not that much. You know, like, because any Pokemon could just add those and then immediately say like, hey, yeah, I've cut, 100 resets off of my run. That's kind of the whole point of those moves, is to give a way to get through even when you're really, really bad. Right? We still want to beat the game with as few TMs and as few optional battles as possible, but we want to take those battles in logical places. So, alright, here, Confuse Ray goes away because we has Psychic. And Psychic makes us completely OP. At least against Team Rocket, we're about to see. Let's go. Here, Thunderbolt actually does most of the heavy lifting here. It's going to be on Giovanni, where we're going to want to go Psychic on his Onix, and that should allow us to pretty much wreck. So, now time for this Rockety boy, where Thunderbolt's gonna do the job perfectly well. Get our rare candy right there. Jesse and James should be a cakewalk here, because we have Psychic. We can literally just be like, I'm Psychic. I foresee that you will be completely destroyed. You are no match for me. Psychic. Haha, Psychic. Not a one-hit KO. Ooh, that's kind of surprising. It was a one-hit KO with Haunter. It is not a one-hit KO with Gastly. I mean, we're following the exact same route to this point. So we can actually say that, oh, this was a one-hit KO with Haunter and not a one-hit KO with Gastly. It's fairly close. Okay. So let's get our flying Pokemon, as is standard. Okay, we're getting a Doduo in this one, boys. Come on. Come on, Doduo. Yeah, there you go. Get into your Pokeball. We're just throwing balls at birds, guys. Balls at birds. Okay. So, we can now get the Fly HM, and it's worth noting, we were on 3 resets when we beat Erica with Haunter, so we're kind of on a similar pace at this point. Like, if we get through Erica with only 3 resets, we're basically in an identical position to Haunter. So let's just see if that's possible or not. Thunderbolt there is a one-shot. Here, going Hypnosis. No. Hypnosis. There we go. Psychic. Special drop was nice. Thunderbolt. One shots. That's nice. Psychic. And now we can go Psychic twice. And that just wrecks. Nice. So here I'm going to slam a potion just in case. But I think I can just one-shot these Gastlys with Psychic. Let's find out. Haunter was able to one-shot here. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're one-shotting. Not even close. Not even close. And we're leveling up like crazy in this section, which is nice. Because we're running out of battles, actually. We're about 2/3 of the battles are already done. And, yeah. Now, here's the thing. If you'll recall, coming up right here, this Whatchamacall, Ghost Marowak was kind of scary actually. It could Bone Club and just wreck. So I'm going to instead go here really quickly. Let's take on the trainers in Erica's gym. Which is just, one beauty in Erica, because this is still trying to be pretty faithful to minimum battles. Here, I think on Tangela, I just go Hypnosis and Nightshade. Here on Weepinbell, I go Hypnosis, Psychic. Ooh, critical hit, nice. Hypnosis. Okay, but critical hit, okay. So we get through. And yeah, we're in a very similar position, assuming we finish the top of Lavender Tower without any issues. So we really just want to put this Ghost Marowak to sleep. If we can do that, then this is a smooth fight, I think. Okay, now Psychic, and Psychic will finish the job. We just need that one free turn of no damage, and then it's a guaranteed victory. So Thunderbolt wrecks there, Psychic wrecks there. We are going to follow the same model, I think, of Dream Eater over Nightshade. It becomes one of these things where we don't have to use Dream Eater, we can go Psychic instead, but Dream Eater is stronger. And if we need to heal damage, Dream Eater is the play. As we already saw. Okay. So we have no room for items, which means we can't get the Pokeflute, so let's get rid of some stuff that we do not need. We're not going to learn Bide. Okay, we still need the bicycle, unfortunately. HM2 we do not need. Okay. So now let's get the Pokeflute from this boy. And we're going to start off by going to here to fight the Rocket Grunt. And here Psychic is just fine. Takes 2 Psychics to knock it out though. So here I'm gonna dig out. And now the issue is that we don't outspeed the Kadabra. So same as in previous runs, we need to go down to Koga's, or to Fuchsia at least first, but we will take on Koga's gym first. And hope not to get just completely wrecked. Okay, so we got our rare candy that we were looking for. And onward, upward to Koga. Oh no, I didn't save. Rip. Run might already be over, boys. We do not outspeed. Oh no, and I didn't save? What? Oh yeah, I didn't save. That's right. I remember. I just said that I didn't save. Rip. End of this run right here. This guy's completely lost it. He forgot that he didn't save. Yep. You are right. Okay, there we go. Get our rare candy. Got that one sorted out. But yeah, we do not outspeed that Kadabra. And that is a bit of a problem. Because Haunter did outspeed this Kadabra. Meaning he had no troubles here whatsoever. However, we're going to have to hope for some bad AI decisions here. Okay, that one gets wrecked. Okay, he goes to Drowsy. Okay. Okay. He is asleep, and that's all I needed. Just for him to be asleep. So, there we go. We've gotten through that one. We're on 4 resets so far. Okay. Okay. So now I think we just have to take on Koga and hope that this works out. Like, we will outspeed all of the Venonats. Okay, that was a crit. So I don't know if it was actually... Nope, it was not a one-hit KO. And critical hit psychic one-shots us. I'm not sure if the crit matters, though. Is the problem. But that's clearly a 2-hitter. Like, taking that hit doesn't really matter because we can just heal up, but no, okay, we do not survive a single psychic there. And that tells me that this is the spot where we have to rare candy up. I mean, we already don't outspeed things, so... But you add on to that the fact that the Gastlys are not one-hitters. Or the Venonats are not one-hitters, rather. Like, I've already said that we're going to take some optional battles later on to get more speed. So that we can outspeed a major threat. But we want to put that off as far as we can. So the first question is, are there some easy trainers that we can deal with here? And the answer is absolutely yes, because we can obviously do some grinding in Sylph to gain levels. The question is, how many levels do we want to gain, right? Like, currently we have 7 rare candies. We can get an 8th rare candy in Sylph. By taking an optional battle. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to the 10th floor, and I'm going to fight this guy right here, since he's blocking a rare candy. And since his Machoke literally cannot hit us. And then what I want to do, I think, is the next most efficient set of battles are the Fighting Dojo. Because they're just going to be a bunch of one-hitters. And a lot of these Pokemon simply can't even hit Gastly. Okay. So that's 1, 2, not quite a one-hitter, but 3, Here is 4 trainers. And then finally, let's just take on this boyo here. Okay, that was 5 optional trainers. And we were able to gain quite a few levels just by doing that. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to spam literally all of these rare candies right here, because I've already decided to take optional battles later on. I think this is a decent play. Like, we're ultimately aiming for something around like 135 speed. But right here, we might just be fast enough to get through Rival 5 without any issue at this point. But we still technically need more XP. So we've taken, let's see, we've taken 7 optional battles so far. Which 10 optional battles is 2.5 points, right? So let's just take 3 more optional battles. Which I'm taking this one because I know this guy has a bunch of Pokemon. I remember that this guy's fairly decent as far as his team. So here I'm just going to take one more optional battle. I'm going to go down here to Koga's gym and I'm going to take on the second tamer, if I recall correctly. This boyo here. Okay. So we've gained quite a few levels. We're all the way up to level 48 right now, which means we have really good speed and pretty good special. And now I want to see if we can just one-shot these Gastlys and maybe we'll be fine. Okay, so first test, one-shot, one-shot, one-shot. Now he X-attacks, nice. And now, oh, we just wrecked there. Okay. So, yeah. That definitely put us in the position to completely wreck that team. And now, we can go back to Sylph. We've taken 10 optional battles. We've added 2 TMs. And, yeah, we should outspeed everything on the Rival 5's team now. Okay, we're just gonna use Psychic there. Thunderbolt should be enough right there. Hypnosis, Dream Eater will be like a 2-hitter there. Nice. Okay, we put Kadabra to sleep. Thunderbolt does the job. Critical hit from Ember did a lot of damage, man. But there we go. Cool. So Gastly gets through that one. But you just got to keep in mind, we've effectively given up 4.5 points already. So we pretty much have to get through the rest of the game without a lot of resets. Though we will likely end up taking a few more optional battles as we go through this. Okay, Koga, or sorry, not Koga, Giovanni time. He should be really, really easy though, because he's got a bunch of Pokemon that just literally cannot damage us. I'm going to put Rhyhorn to sleep and just Dream Eater it. And I'm just going to use one Psychic to knock out the Nidoqueen. Perfect. So here, let's dig. Now I'm going to fly and go here where I should be able to teach Surf and Strength to my Lapras. Now, I think that overall, there are going to be some good trainers to fight to get a little more experience, but they're not here. We're definitely going to want to wreck a lot of things in Giovanni's gym. Okay, so we're gonna dig out of there. Okay, we're still fairly far from a level up, but we are not fast enough that we would outspeed here. We're going to go to the power plant to get one more rare candy, plus the max elixir and the PP up. I think they're important. I think that adding this rare candy right here at this point is probably our best play. We just want all the speed that we can possibly get before we go into Blaine's team. So here I'm gonna dig out. Nice. Let's just get through this quiz here real quick. Just dropping a quick save here. Save state, but to me they're just basically like quick saves when I want to be able to quickly bypass something overworld or something like that. And yeah, on to Blaney Boy. Okay, we take down Rapidash. We aren't faster than Arcanine, unfortunately, but its special fell, so Fire Blast didn't wreck us, and we were able to knock it out. Nice, nice. Okay. So now, I think... yeah, we're in a position again where... so we've taken 10 optional battles, and we've added 2 TMs. We're still on only 7 resets. But I think we want to fight these channelers in here. I think they're just easy experience for us. Like fairly high level Pokemon and fairly good XP. It's the fact that we have Psychic that makes these fairly simple fights. Now, I'm not sure that we're going to actually outspeed anything, but we fought 3 more channelers, so we've got 13 optional battles so far. We do outspeed Abra, which is pretty good. Yeah, that was bad. We gotta actually put the Alakazam to sleep to have a decent shot here. Okay. And the issue is we're still slower than Kadabra here. And that one critical hit Psychic is always going to be a one-shot on us. Okay. Kinesis just wrecks. Like, it's kind of nice, I guess, that we now outspeed Kadabra, but if we can't hit Kadabra, it doesn't really matter. Okay. Okay, but we did take her down there. Cool. 9 resets so far. Is about 1 point on the tier list, so really not that bad. But we just don't have a lot of leeway right now. Right, 13 optional battles. So first, let's take on the required battles here. That's a one-hitter. And this also will be a one-hitter. Or just a collection of one-hitters, if you will. Okay. Now the issue is that we need like 133 speed to outspeed the Doug trio. So I'm gonna start by fighting these trainers in here. Tauros can't do anything, so there we go. This guy's got a Machoke that can't do anything to us, so easy win. And that Nidoking goes down. So those are all easy. Right? So that was 3 more. We're up to... What is that? 9 trainers? Yeah, once we get through these, we're going to be on 19 optional battles. And we can see that we're just not even close. 122 speed, and we need 133, so we probably need like 4 or 5 more levels to even get there. Oh man, we would be taking so many optional battles to do that, that we'd just tank our score. Right? Because we're on 19 optional battles right now, which is almost 5 points, plus the 2 TMs. Right? So that's already nearly 7 points right there, plus these 9 resets, so almost 8 points off. We don't have any flexibility, guys. So the strat of like fight some extra optional battles to make this better just clearly doesn't work. And there we can see it outspeeds. And I mean, consider level 56 is a pretty high level for Gastly at this point in the game. Okay, there we get guard spec, which is nice. Critical hit. One-shots, which is also very nice. See, that's not a one-hitter, that's why I put it to sleep. Okay, that was a one-hitter. And we get wrecked by Rhydon. So there we go. The only way that we could make this battle consistent would be to add way more battles than would be reasonable given our level and, you know, like what speed we would need. Like, we'd have to be way OP. Now that was a misclick, sorry. Thunderbolt misclick there. Oh man. But yeah, I mean, now we're just going to take a bunch of resets, and this is going to kind of prove the point that, you know, when you try to go back and optimize a run by adding, you know, optional battles, it can seriously backfire, because you can just end up giving yourself no flexibility, you know, and I don't know. This is one of those where, like, if we reach the point where we're already at a lower score than the first run, I mean, obviously we can comment on the fact that, like, the first one really wasn't that consistent, you know, like, it was clearly, we could just have an infinite number of resets right here against Giovanni. In theory, he could just decide to wreck us, and that would be all she wrote. Okay, 1 badge boost there, that was nice. But now we lost the badge boost, and it doesn't really matter. We just need Nidoking and Nidoqueen, Nidoking, and Rhydon all have to go to sleep for a few turns. And I mean, he'll use guard specs and give us a chance, but see there, he just immediately woke up and used dig, which is just, yeah. Like, just for the sake of argument, let's just see how many extra levels would we actually need in order to be able to get through this one consistently. Okay, so sorry, I've just put something in. I'm just doing a save state here. I'm not actually doing this legitimately, but I just want to see at what level would we actually be able to outspeed level 62? Okay, so I'm just dropping a save state. I'm just doing a little test here. Right? And then here, it's still not consistent because... Right? You still have to actually land Hypnosis there. Okay, so that's fixed now. Yeah, so the issue here is that while yes, TMs do help in certain spots in this run, they don't actually make the run any better. And adding optional battles would be the only way to make Giovanni consistent. The problem is that you would have to add more optional battles in order to level up enough to make him consistent than you would have available in terms of score, right? You're going to get a lower score overall on the tier list. Like right now, let's just look at this, because if I'm going to cut off the run, well, I better at least explain why, right? So this is Gastly number 1 right here. We can see... Where's my mouse? There it is. Right, so we got Gastly 1 right here. Finished at level 60. Right, so lower than the level that we would need to hit in order to outspeed the Dugtrio. With 92 resets, right? But here, if we look at this and we change this to be... Sorry, we can ignore a lot of things, but we've got 30 resets so far. We added 2 TMs. And we added, what was that? 19 optional battles so far. Our score is 90.25, right? Whereas if we go up here and we look at our tier list, we finished with a score of 90.8 before, right? So what that tells me, right? We've already gotten a lower score than our first run with Gastly. So while we can continue this run, we can do it to the end just to see. The fact of the matter is that we have not improved the run. And this is something that I think a lot of people will maybe push back on when I make this video, but it is going to be a major point in this video that there is a point where if your whole goal is just to get through the game with few or 0 resets, sure, you can overlevel. You can just overlevel and you can do that. But if your strategy is to beat the game efficiently in a decent amount of time and without being super overleveled, you're going to have to accept some amount of resets as just part of the game. And some Pokemon just don't have tools to actually get a better run. And the Gengar, Haunter, Gastly line are kind of in that boat, where we found that with Haunter in the second run, adding 2 TMs did allow it to improve its score overall, but it's certainly not a case where adding optional battles would have done much. Adding 1 optional battle to get 1 more rare candy in the case of Gengar, in the case of Haunter or Gengar, might have actually helped. But in the case of Gastly, it needs so much more than that in order to be quote-unquote consistent. And it's, at the end of the day, those optional battles are unnecessary. You can beat the game without them about as efficiently as you can beat the game with them. So here we're already at 31 resets. And I mean, we've got way more battles than we should at this point. So it's a failed optimization, basically, but it's also because we could get a really good run where we beat Giovanni on the first attempt, right? It's just that this battle is completely inconsistent. Here, let's use our Thunderbolts. Hypnosis again. Okay, Dream Eater does the job, and then we can just use Psychic. Hypnosis misses on Nidoking, right? So, like, no matter what you do, this battle is going to be inconsistent. And it's just going to be slightly more consistent if you outspeed the Dugtrio, because you're going to be able to try to land a 60% Hypnosis on it before it gets a chance to move. But that's really it, you know? It's not like this is a situation where, oh, if we just outsped, we would be in perfect shape here. No, those extra levels probably would mean that the Nidos would just be one-shots with Psychic, and we would probably just be able to directly attack them at that point. So there is that. There is that point. If we reached the point where we could outspeed, we could probably just one-shot everything. Except I don't think it would be a one-shot on Rhydon. Okay, critical hit's nice. And that's another miss. So this whole fight just comes down to when do we not miss on Nidoking. And yeah, we would be leveling up for quite a while to reach the point. I mean, I guess at this point, you know, we should probably just do that, because why the heck not? We've already gone this far. Let's just reach the point where we, you know, wreck this whole section, right? So we know that we have to get to like level 62, which is like 6 levels away, but here we're just gonna fight all these bikers because, hey, easy experience. So this is our 20th optional battle. 20 here. I'm just gonna do Thunderbolt. Who cares? They can't hit me. 21. 22. Okay. 23. 24. 25. That's 26. 27. Here. That's number 28. Here's number 29. Okay, that was number 30 right there. Here, we could probably go south of Pallet and fight some of these trainers. Right, but we're already up to 30 battles. That's 31. That's 32. That's 33. We're getting close. 33. That's 34. Okay. 35 optional battles. That's 36 optional battles. Okay. 37 optional battles. It's 38 optional battles. So we're already up to 38 optional battles in this one. Oh, rip. Here's 39. I'm not saying these are the most XP efficient battles, but you know. That's 40 optional battles. 41. $42. Here is 43. So at 43 optional battles, we've finally hit the point where Gastly is fast enough to outspeed, I think, on the Doug Trio. So now the question is, can we one-shot? Now, it's important to note that 43 optional battles would already put it into the A tier. It would already be out of the S tier just based on those battles, not even counting the resets and the TMs. So this is obviously going to be a much worse run on the tier list. But we already know that it's a fail, so yeah. We ended up at level 61 because we got stat experience from those battles as well. But yeah, let's see how this goes. First question is, can we just one-shot with Psychic? No, we cannot. That is a two-hitter on the Doug Trio. We got lucky that he used a guard spec. And that is also not a one-hitter, still on Nidoqueen. And we still do not survive an Earthquake. So, is this battle consistent now? No. Not even close. Like, yes, I could see the argument that, oh, but if those battles made it so that you would have a guaranteed one-hit KO, Dream Eater will one-hit KO now, but that still requires getting Hypnosis to connect, and we're still in the range to be one-shot by them. So this is not by any definition a consistent battle, just because we've leveled up. You know. Like, clearly, it's a completely luck-based battle that still relies on basically the same thing, right? Whether we outspeed Doug Trio or not, it's can we get through Doug Trio without taking a hit? And then can we put the Nidos to sleep and Dream Eater them? And now, on Rhydon, can we put it to sleep? Because if we don't, one Earthquake ends the run. Oh, man. Now, this one is much easier in Pokemon Red and Blue because of the fact that, except for Doug Trio, nothing on Giovanni's team knows any ground-type moves. So, basically why, in Pokemon Red and Blue, beating the whole game with a single Gastly is an absolute cakewalk. Here we finally get the Rhydon asleep, and there it's a two-hitter. But that's bad, guys. See, we have massively over-leveled to achieve the same result. That's all we have done. We have just added so many levels to achieve the same result. And in fact, to achieve a worse result on my tier list. Okay. Okay. Now we know Thunderbolt should be a one-shot there. It is. Nice. Here, Dream Eater. Okay, we wreck there. Now, we should outspeed Kadabra at this point, because, yeah. And we get wrecked by Flareon because Hypnosis missed. Oh, look at this Hypnosis refusing to hit literally anything. Oh, that's stupid. And look how over-leveled we are, level 62, my god. Oh, we didn't need to even put that one to sleep, but, you know, rip. Okay. There we go. And we get wrecked. Because this battle's not consistent at this point either. Which is basically what we already found, but, you know, it's worth noting that, yeah, here, with Stun Spore and Leech Seed, we basically get wrecked. Oh, and now we get clamped with Leech Seed. Rip. GG. End of story. Man. And this is, I mean, kind of the point. Like, you'd have to so massively over-level to make this a quote-unquote consistent run. And we've already done it on minimum battles, guys. Like, that's the whole point. And we did it in under 100 resets. And you're going to take 100 resets at this level trying to get through. So, like, the extra battles didn't do anything. You'd have to get up, like, level 70 something before you're like, oh yeah, this is really consistent and really, like, you know, like, not a problem to get through the game like this. Oh, rip. I'm using Dreamer while it's awake. Oh, and we get paralyzed by Thunder Shock. Oh, rip. That was the end of that one. And now the problem is Fire Spin. We don't outspeed, so Fire Spin wrecks. We get killed. We needed the Fire Spin miss to have any shot at all in that one. Like, can you see just how little these levels and TMs have done for us here, guys? Like, can you see just how bad these battles are, even when we've massively over-leveled? And, I mean, I guess that's just the point in my mind, you know? Other people are welcome to disagree, but, you know, to each their own. But this is where it's like, okay, you know, I watch other runs and I love other challenge streamers. I honestly do. You know, but when I watch them and I'd see them get to the end of the game at level 70 and they're like, oh yeah, this was a really good run. I'm just like, you know, you just added so many levels to probably achieve the same result. You know, you could have just been 20, 30 levels lower and just added double team and gotten the same results. You know? And, oh yeah, but this one had no resets. Okay. Congratulations. You had no resets? Like, you know, is that the goal of a solo challenge? Just to have no resets? Or is it perhaps to beat the game, you know, as a challenge? But I don't know. I say things like that and people get angry at me, but it's just the honest to God truth, guys. Like, yeah, if I go to level 100 with Gastly, I'm gonna crush the whole game. I won't even need hypnosis strats anymore. If I get into the 70s, I won't need it. But the whole point is that we can beat the game just fine on minimum battles with no TMs. Adding the TMs and adding the optional battles just, I mean, why? To say, you know, look at my great strategy? I mean, You know, and if you're talking about like speed runs, you know, at what point is it better to simply accept that you need, you know, Giovanni to have some bad AI and do bad decisions, which he can do a reasonable percentage of the time, and then, you know, of course you need you know, hypnosis luck, but I mean that's just part of the game, you know. Those are things that, you know, just they're built into the game, guys. Not a big deal. You know, the only reason I ever see to take optional battles is if you're a speedrunner, and that's only if those optional battles are actually contributing to you getting a better time. And in this case, you'd have to take so many optional battles in order to make Gastly consistent that you'd be better off, I think, just taking all of the resets on Giovanni. You probably get a better game time. Well, I mean, you definitely get a better game time because you're just resetting, but I mean, you'd probably get a better real time. So unless it's specifically like a deathless run or something, you know, a no faint run, which, I mean, that would be cool, you know, if that's your thing. Fine, but outside of that, I just don't see any point in massively over-leveling like that. Okay, yeah, that is a one-shot. Here, we're going to put Slowbro to sleep. 2-shot there. Put Jinx to sleep. Here, I'm actually even going to... Okay. I should just Thunderbolt. And no need to get cute, just 2 Thunderbolts. There we go. Okay, so here we can full restore, we can Elixir. On to Bruno, where, I mean, we're over leveled now, so of course we're gonna beat him. You know, I don't think this is hard at all. I think this is just a cakewalk run from here on out. Except for the champion and Lance, but I mean, again, we'd have to so massively over level. But I don't know, we'll outspeed the Alakazam, so yeah, maybe it will be a super cakewalk now. And maybe there will be some people who are like, that's exactly what I want to see. I want to see every single fight be a one-hit KO for every single opponent. You know, no need to think here, no need to strategize. Just, you know. Oh, we got Dream Eatered. Haha, we got wrecked by Agatha. Okay, we get through her the second time. Easy, easy. Oh, there's our elixirs. Okay, let's just get our PP up a little bit and into the Lancey Boy fight. Thunderbolt one-shots there. That's to be expected. Let's see how Dream Eater's doing. Still not a one-hitter. Kind of makes sense. Haunter wasn't a one-hitter, but, you know, the fact that we're at such a high level kind of makes you think that we should have gotten some, you know, benefit out of this. You know? Like, I know somebody's gonna be like, oh, you only have 57 resets now. Rip. Okay, so it's time for the champion, where the only potential benefit is outspeeding against the Alakazam. Oh, but we don't outspeed the Alakazam. Sorry, I lied. We need more speed than this to outspeed the Alakazam. So as I've discussed before, I'm going to use Exeggutor to heal up on, since it will never actually deal damage to me. But that Kinesis might just end the run. Oh, we're getting good ranges with Hypnosis at least here. Okay. Clamp hurts. Okay, but we do get through that, and now, guess what? Flareon's a guaranteed win, so we just have to land the hits. Okay. So there we go, we beat our gassy rival with 57 resets. But man, we took what was that, 49 optional battles? Something ridiculous. Basically 40 optional battles and 2 TMs to do it, which just isn't reasonable for only having wiped off at the end. What is that? 35 resets. We knocked off 35 resets off of this run in exchange for that many optional battles and TMs. And that's kind of the point. So just to bring this one full circle, not every run can be made better by just adding a few optional battles or adding a few TMs. And in those cases, right, I would argue that it's not reasonable to overlevel when the battle or when the run is already perfectly fine, perfectly reasonable to do on minimum battles. Just go for the minimum battles run. If you're a speedrunner, go for the minimum battles run. Yes, you're going to have some resets, but you're going to get a much better time and have a much more efficient route through the game by just going the minimum battles route. And, you know, yeah, you're going to get some RNG. Yeah, you're going to have to put everything asleep against Giovanni, but that's your route, you know? Okay, you hit Giovanni, rip, runs not doing well. You get 50, 60 resets there. Yeah, you got to stop and start again. But you could also get the run where you just get to Giovanni, you put everything to sleep the first time, and if you were really a speedrunner, you'd be using X accuracy. And that would be the strat. You'd be using X accuracy. And, you know, if you were really, you know, that hard into it, you would just find a strategy like that where, okay, yeah, the Doug trio between, you know, Fissure missing and Guard Spec has a decent chance to not damage me, so you just take those odds, use the X accuracy, and then you can just crush everything, right? If you're actually going for a truly speed run of the game. But otherwise, you know, this is about as efficient as it gets, is to not even use TMs, not even use optional battles with Gastly. So there we have it. I've rambled long enough. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you in the next video. Later.